Hello, Lawrence County Learning Center students. This is Jeff Ritter here, and I'm going to try to do this on YouTube, recording the video over the Government and ICT's PDF or PowerPoint. I'll make it in PDF so it'll be easiest for you to look at while you listen to my expounding on the wonders of government and ICTs. Okay, so take a look at government and ICTs. We'll go to the first slide after the title, and here we are, government functions. Well, let's just take a look at this for a minute. These are a list of the general things that government does and government needs to do to keep a society civil, to give society a chance to grow, a chance to thrive. Look at all the things on there like maintaining important infrastructure, things we take for granted in everyday life, from sidewalks to streets to street lights to the police and the water and electricity. All those things government does and needs to do to give society a stability factor that enables you to thrive or take chances and risk and start a business. You're not going to start a business unless you have that infrastructure in place, because and don't forget, somebody's got to pay for it. So taxes pay for that infrastructure that allow you to use it to run your business, whether it's delivering or receiving goods, whatever it is, over the transportation infrastructure, whatever else. Government is the only thing that does that effectively in the world. Remember, we're looking at two contrasting things. We talked earlier in the class about how business is one of the only ways to deliver diversity of goods and services to people that's ever been found to be effective, where people can get the quality they want by making their choices. Businesses are ready to provide that and risk their own capital in order to make a profit. To provide those things. So business works for those things. We've proven that in the world over and over again. But at the same time, government is the only thing that works for maintaining and creating infrastructure and the environment in which business can thrive. So we can't. It's not an either/or situation. It's that they both have to be funded to have a good stable environment. Look further down. Let's encourage and promote private business. Again, people talk about government creating jobs. It's not the government that creates the jobs, but the government has to be have a context, create the context that promotes private business. Again, if you're thinking about government in a developing country, what kind of system do you need to put in place to make that effective in terms of creating an environment that business people want to create jobs, want to risk their own money to create jobs, so the taxes are a necessity there. So what we're looking at, look at those functions. Now go to the next slide after functions, and we've got it's more than just information that the government needs to provide. Motivation, encouragement, standard, and change, all those things are part of the environment. And that's a very advanced way to think about it, more than just the basics of government, right? Motivation. Government provide motivation, standards, change, all those things are very advanced for the advanced, economies of the 21st century. The question is, when you're talking about economies and government in developing countries, do you want to start them at 1950 or start them at 2010 or advance them to 2015, 2020? Leapfrog ahead of what we're doing currently. It's harder for us to change what we have in the United States to be advanced and up to date than it is to create something brand new in a place that doesn't have a strong government systems in place. So let's look at the ICT version of it. Government intersection with public, that's the next slide. All the forms and taxes and licenses, things that are being done, hearings, public feedback. You want participation in government. You want a participatory democracy. That's the way we found, again, that works the best in this world. So how can ICTs streamline these processes? Well, that's the next slide. No, it isn't. Public necessities for the next slide. Education. The public has to be patient, understand the complexity. How do you think the public's going to feel in a developing country when they see on television, they see on cable, they see on the internet and on computers how advanced things are in many parts of the world? They want things to advance there as well, and they've got to. They might be impatient, but they've got to have patience for putting new structures in place. online documents, forms, participation. We expect all those things now. Again, you're not going to want to put into place in a developing country a big printing plant for printing up government forms, distributing them by truck throughout the country to government centers with distribute forms and license forms and applications. The best way is going to be to put it all online. Lastly, probably the concept that we didn't talk about, that isn't in the slide, I don't think, I'm looking back to make sure, is when government is completely embracing ICTs and all the information is distributed that way and people can participate and understand what's going on in their government that way. That gives an opportunity for data mining. Remember, you have all the data that's out there on computers, and there's software now and that can mine the data. Look carefully, look deeply into the data. Look for patterns that people couldn't find. If they looked at the data for 1,000 years, the people would never find it. But a computer software program can find a pattern in people's behavior that can tell you something, that can advance something. Is there a certain kind of businesses that thrive? Is there a certain kind of bottleneck somewhere in the economy? Is there a certain kind of taxes that work best to motivate people to work harder, to work more, to be more productive? Or there's a certain kind of schooling that's been successful, another kind that's been deficient. So if you're going to put in place a new government system, and this is what's going on right now in the world, around the world, developing countries, ICT is being used to improve government systems. At the same time, you can monitor those systems carefully using software to find out in more detail what's going on, what's being successful, and where you still need to improve. So I hope this video is helpful for an outline on government and ICTs, and you'll next go to the discussion board to put in your own comments about government and ICTs in developing countries or in the United States as well. Hope this works out fine, and I will see you all next Monday up in Lawrence County Learning, at the Lawrence County Learning Center. This is Jeff Ritter saying I'll see you then. Thank you. Bye-bye.